The past year has presented challenges and heartache that we could not have anticipated. We have also seen the strength of our league. During the past year, JLW has banded together to help our members and community through the COVID-19 pandemic, including new and innovative programs and opportunities. The League also instituted the Community Assistance Fund, an emergency grant program to provide local organizations with the funds needed to help them continue making a positive impact in Washington, D.C. and surrounding communities. The CAF grants are important because they really allow us to meet needs of organizations providing vital services at a great time of need in our community. We had the opportunity to step up, we had the funds to do it, and there's never been a better time or more important time for us to be able to help up and be there for the DC community. Our members really helped drive this. I think last year's board was seeing the need arise at that time, but also our members wanted to do something. Like, what can we do? We're an organization that is here for the community. How can we as members get our organization and have our organization support other organizations, help individuals in need? This seemed something that everyone was very passionate about, and last year's board really found a way to make it happen, and I think that our members are very proud of this, and they seem very connected to it.
Shepherd's Table is a nonprofit in downtown Silver Spring, Maryland. We are a comprehensive resource center providing daily free hot meals and other basic services to people experiencing homelessness and poverty.
So RILA's mission is to provide excellent pro bono legal assistance to the immigrants in our community who are the most vulnerable and who have the least resources. So most of our clients are asylum seekers. They've come here. They've fled really dangerous situations. They've often come here in the middle of the night with only the clothes on their back. So those are the asylum seekers that we serve. The other population that we serve are abandoned or abused immigrant children. They're minors. They're under 18. And so both of those groups make up our client base.
Georgetown Ministry Center is a drop-in center and street outreach program that serves chronically homeless individuals here in Georgetown and Washington, D.C.
So we are a diaper and hygiene bank. We serve families in Maryland, DC, and Virginia, and we provide essentials. So diapers, formula, period products, things that families need to thrive. So I had a son in 2009, and he was the light of my life, and he was also a very, very difficult infant. And I was struck by how hard it was to care for a baby when we had everything going for us, when we had money and family and support. And so I started thinking about other mothers and other families and how they were doing. And that's really how we started. I started reaching out to organizations and asking them what they needed to support families. And what I heard was that they needed formula and they needed diapers. They were not covered by WIC funds or SNAP funds. They still are not. And that appalled me. And that was really how we started the organization.
Really special that the Junior League created this fund in response to the pandemic, because the need in the community was so great, and we just honestly didn't know exactly how to respond at first, and the support of the Junior League really helped us make sure that we could keep our clients safe.
So we knew that our clients needed food right away, and we had access to these food boxes, and we knew that they were nutritious and they were exactly what our clients needed because our clients had actually approached us about their food insecurity, but we didn't have the funds to get there. And so just knowing about the community assistance grant, being able to get those funds very quickly through a discerning process, I know, but also just being able to get the funds to be able to buy those food boxes and get them to our clients meant that they could focus on a lot of the things that we asked them to focus on, which is like health, healing, and then and becoming like legal asylum seekers here in the United States.
One of the things that's very important for us is that we are providing what families need and want, right? I think of books as essential. When people say, it's just diapers and formula, that's not all a baby needs. That's not all a family needs. So I think it was really important that when families came to us and said, our social workers came to us and said, I wish we had books in Spanish, that we were able to provide that for families.
It was a really big deal for Shepherd's Table to get a grant right after the COVID-19 pandemic hit, because lots of organizations and corporations and businesses were struggling. So to be able to receive that support from our community meant that we were not only able to keep our doors open, but we knew we had the support of the community behind us to keep serving people in need.
We rose to the challenge to meet the community needs during this time, and I'm really proud to see that we've been able to do that and make a huge impact.
It was absolutely gut-wrenching for GMC to have to shut our doors when our guests needed us the most at the beginning of the pandemic. So being able to be responsive and create safe alternatives just is such an expression of love in the community for our unhoused neighbors.
There was no one to care for them, but for the Junior League, Neighborhood Restaurant Group, RILA, and other organizations who are coming together to recognize this need, because they are not visible. They were almost forgotten in the pandemic.
For many of the clients that we serve at Shepherd's Table, they often have nowhere else to turn. They're often coming to us because they have no jobs, they often don't have steady housing, and they can't eat on a regular basis. So coming to us not only provides them with a steady source of food and nutrition, but a safe, warm, welcoming place to just kind of be and to focus on getting out of a place of poverty and getting to a place of self-sufficiency instead.
When the pandemic hit, one of the things that happened right away was folks shut down. And that was the safe thing to do, is what we needed to do. But the needs of the families that we serve did not shut down, and the essentials that we needed to provide did not stop. And so one of the things that I am grateful for is that the Junior League was there, and they were there quickly, and they were there to say, what do you need now, and how can we get you funds for what you're doing now to support families? Not every foundation and not every organization was able to do that.
I mean, I think it's really just important to know that both the League and Georgetown Ministry Center are both trying to be responsive to the needs of the community. And because we're both here in Georgetown, it's the building of community and showing that on a both small and large scale.
Thanks to the generosity of donors like you, we have been able to raise another $35,000 to award 7 more Community Assistance Fund grants this spring. If you would like to donate directly to the Community Assistance Fund, please visit JLW.org and select Community Services. 100% of your contribution will go directly toward these grants.